excited. It's phase 2.
I got an action pistol on a graveyard frame that shoot tombstone bullets when balls and chain. I'm drinking tea, I'm smoking down a mine. I hope some screwball start a fight. I'm ready as anybody can be.
Phase 2 is getting ourselves back into the playoffs, learning how to win again.
With the rebuild now complete and a new season set to get underway, Rockets owner, Tilman Fertitta, was confident the team were on the path to success.
You had to crawl, and now we're going to walk, and then we're going to run.
Fertitta purchased the Houston Rockets in 2017 for a then record $2.2 billion.
And I got to a point where I said, gosh, if I laid my head down on the pillow for the last time, the one thing that I ever got to accomplish was owning a team in my hometown. I started listening to the San Diego Rockets when I was in junior high school, when they said they were moving to Houston, Texas with Elvin Hayes, and that's when I became a Houston Rocket fan, when they were in San Diego. So I've been on the ride from the beginning.
Well, Bob, at long last, we have a name for our basketball team, huh?
That's right, Lyle. We finally came to the big decision. Well, here it is, Lyle. The San Diego Rockets. That's it.
Oh, with the basketball in the center and the rocket with the NBA insignia?
Yes, that's it. The NBA National Basketball Association, San Diego Rockets.
In green and vivid basketball color, I guess, and a blue rocket, eh?
Right.
He oversaw the heights and consequent demise of the Harden era before retooling the organization, putting Rafael Stone in charge as well as preparing his son Patrick for a prominent role in the front office moving forward.
I've been drinking gin like never before. I feel so good, I want you to know.
Our 14th player, whoever that is, okay, would be in the continuous rotation of any team out there. There's no deeper team in the NBA than us.
I am ready for you. I hope you're ready for me.
The entire organization was ready to get Phase 2 of the Houston Rockets' journey back to title contention started. The Charlotte Hornets would be the first team to step into Toyota Center to face the Houston Rockets for the 2024-25 season. LaMelo Ball hadn't played since January 26, also against the Rockets. In that game he suffered a right ankle injury that brought his season to a premature end.
First down, and just hadn't been able to get back in a rhythm again.
Houston won that night, sweeping the short, 2-game season series.
In an unsuspecting city.
Probably better known for stock cars and college basketball, but today pro basketball takes center stage as Charlotte enters a new era.
And so Charlotte and Miami will join the NBA fray for the 1988-89 season.
Since the Charlotte Hornets joined the NBA in 1988, they have played the Houston Rockets 69 times and lost in 50 of those contests.
It's basketball time at Charlotte, North Carolina.
Before LaMelo Ball, the franchise was led by Kemba Walker throughout the 2010s, who began his career as a Charlotte Bobcat. The original Charlotte Hornets team had left the city in 2002 and moved to New Orleans.
Some of the folks are heading for the exits.
The NBA quickly brought a team back to Charlotte, but as New Orleans was still using the Hornets moniker, the new franchise opted for another local animal as its namesake, the Bobcat. When New Orleans decided to rebrand themselves as the Pelicans, the Charlotte franchise reclaimed their identity as the Hornets, hoping to recapture the glory days of the 90s teams.
Make way, here comes a bunch of young guns.
There you go. Welcome to Uptown Charlotte. Here it is.
The most successful run for the franchise was during this era as fan-favorite players such as Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, Del Curry, Alonzo Mourning and Glenn Rice helped different incarnations of the team advance past the first round of the playoffs in 1993 and 1998. In 2001 and 2002, B. Diddy, Baron Davis, would also lead the Hornets to the Eastern Conference's second round, the last time the franchise would achieve this accomplishment.
Davis at the buzzer! No, yes, no! It's waved off! Bernie Fryer says no, it will not count!
It's opening night here at Toyota Center. We've got pomp, we've got circumstance, and we've got hoops.
The Houston Rockets were confident they could start the season with a win, and newly minted fourth-year players, Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun, came out of the gate strong, scoring 19 points between them in the first quarter.
Let's now welcome in the third member of our broadcasting team, Vanessa Richardson, who's got more on the big news that was announced yesterday.
Craig, it was pure joy, excitement, and relief as both Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun signed their highly anticipated contract extensions. Both Jalen and Alfie told me it was special, not just because they signed these extensions, but because they did it together. Jalen said, we have struggled together, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Now we're coming out of those struggles and we're going to get to the playoffs. Alfie said, Jalen and I have seen everything the past 4 years. We've learned, we've improved. Now it's time to go kill it.
A lot of early Sengun here for the Rockets. He's got 9 and 10.
Jalen and Alperen have high expectations for themselves. Alperen saying, I want to win a championship with the Rockets one day. That's what we're going to do. Jalen Green telling me, if we don't make the playoffs this year, we've failed ourselves.
Amen Thompson provided a spark off the bench, scoring 7 first-quarter points, including a three-pointer, and contributing to an impressive team defense that held Charlotte to just 21 points.
He'll take the corner three. He'll make the corner three. Six is the run, again defense, giving the Rockets the possession back.
The Rockets kept rolling in the second quarter and led by double digits heading into the half.
I never had anything that big.
Jalen Green! Oh, missed the punch. Rebound to Martin back in the corner to a wide open man.
Man, a talented scorer.
He's got 10.
Yeah, college ball at Florida.
Trey Mann had played well off the bench in the second for the Hornets and continued to put pressure on the Rockets' defense after the break.
Nasty pullback by Mann. Then he completes it by making the triple.
Man, he can score it. That's what he was brought here to do.
It's only an 8-point game. The Rockets are up 18. Reset, stays with it, squares up, and gets it to roll over the top of the iron. And the quarter ends with the Rockets clinging to just a 4-point lead.
Houston's offensive execution began to look stagnant in the third quarter, and the Hornets were slowly chipping away at the lead as the final buzzer drew near.
Bridges to ball back to him, and the Hornets have the lead. Timeout Houston. First possession coming out of the timeout into Sengun. The world doubled. Again, they're just struggling offensively.
Oh my goodness.
That was way out there and way off. It was a pass to himself. Williams to ball back to him, resets, lets it fly, got it!
Oh, my God.
Sengun turns it over.
LaMelo Ball put his team on his back and powered him to an upset victory in the Toyota Center on opening night. With at least 82 games to play over the next 6 months, the team doesn't have time to dwell on the disappointing loss for too long.
It's a big day here in Texas. Both presidential candidates will be holding rallies in the state today.
Yes, it is actually a big day. So we know that Beyonce and Willie Nelson are going to be hitting the stage with Vice President Kamala Harris. And then when it comes to former President Donald Trump, we also have Senator Ted Cruz
joining him in Austin.
The Memphis Grizzlies will be the next to visit Houston, another team led by a young guard coming off of a lengthy absence from active competition.
Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media. The video circulated on Saturday night. It shows Morant with what appears to be a handgun while he's riding in a friend's car.
Ja Morant had played in just 9 games the previous season due to injury and suspensions, and as a result, his team won just 27 games. Memphis fans hoped the team could regain the success they had enjoyed in the 250-plus win seasons prior to Ja's antics. However, 2 of the key starters from that team were now playing in Houston.
Puts on the deck, puts on the brakes, whirls, and scores. That's good stuff there by Sengun. How about that? The wrap around by Smart, back to Edie for the dunk.
I feel like it's like almost the exact same team from 3-4 years ago. Kind of have the same type of players. Jalen Green, like Ja Morant, Jabari is like Jaren. You know, these young guys that can stand their games and be one of the best or the best in the league. So I feel like around those 2 guys, it's like almost the same type of deal.
Morant around the top of the key, challenges Jock Landale, and is able to score over the top. Van Fleet to a cutting Eason. Oh, the setup dribble, then the dunk.
The Grizzlies took control in the second quarter after a high-scoring open.
Rockets are still stuck on 1 made shot in this quarter. They were 13 of 26 in the first quarter, now 14 of 35 for the game. There you go. Jalen Green gets the 3, his first make from the floor. He'll shoot the 3, and he makes it. Sets the pick, Green for 3. Gets turned over, picked up by Green, and comes flying the other way.
There you go, and defense turning into offense.
Jalen Green sparked a run before halftime, and after the break the Rockets' defensive hustle and energy on the boards helped them pull ahead and control the game the rest of the way as they earned their first win on the season.
Rockets come up with the ball, and Jalen get the lead, Green, the lead out, and the dunk. There you go. Turn them over again. Thompson sprinting to the rim. Thompson. Short on the corner, triple try. Rockets have numbers now. Shepard to Eason from the corner. Tate the board, has some help, finds Whitmore. But nice bounce back tonight here by the Rockets. Disappointing opening night loss to the Hornets, especially coughing up that big lead. They were down by 12 in this one. Got some life back in their legs in the second quarter.
The amount of young talent on the Houston Rockets has led to a narrative forming in the national media that the team is positioned to be a trade candidate for the next big-name player who could be traded.
So this Houston team, man, the young team built for a big move.
Jimmy Butler, who was born and raised in the Houston suburb of Tomball, was the latest superstar whose name hit the trade rumor cycle.
We always wondered, all right, if this goes bad for Miami starting out of the gate, would Butler be available? What does that mean? You go through all the teams and there's less Butler suitors than you would think. Houston has too many guys, and it's going to be a problem for them. I like all their players, but I'm not sure they know which players to play. And they're like basically dying to make a 3-for-1 trade.
If this Houston thing starts to get some more legs on it, who would be someone you'd be willing to part ways with?
They have all the different assets. Like they have a Steven Adams expiring plus Dylan Brooks. Then you could move wherever you want from there with an asset. Like, could it be Thompson, the Thompson twin, Amen Thompson?
Jimmy Butler's 35, Trev.
Right.
Still a leader, still a star. Are you packaging up young talent and draft picks for him to try to make a run in this tough, young Western Conference?
Man, I would, honestly, if I'm Houston.
Could it be like a Cam Whitmore, Tate's expiring, and a bunch of the picks that they have?
But I feel like it would be a good move for all the players involved, especially because Houston has that young talent.
The Houston Rockets packed their bags and set off on a short road trip around the state of Texas, starting with 2 games in San Antonio.
You might see me driving through Austin. I'll stop and have a beer down at Anton's. But I can't stay for long, Lord, I got to keep moving on. I got to take this thing on down to San Antonio.
Howdy, y'all, this is Remy. We're in San Antonio now.
The first road game of the season for Ime Udoka's team would come against the Spurs on the second night of a back-to-back. Victor Wembanyama was coming off of an impressive rookie campaign and appeared to have been anointed the next face of the NBA.
All right, so Victor, we have to look straight out. We're going to project you. And now watch closely, everyone.
Road trip around Texas, my favorite thing to do. Come on, jump in my pickup truck and baby, let's set the cruise. We got pop wheels blaring on my stereo and fiddling my favorite tunes. Road trip around Texas with you.
His arrival to the state of Texas sparked the flames of the in-state grudge between San Antonio and Houston after he appeared visibly happy that the Rockets didn't receive the first overall pick during the 2023 draft lottery.
The 4th pick in the NBA draft goes to the Houston Rockets.
This, combined with his joyous reaction to joining the Spurs, the former club of French basketball legend Tony Parker, instantly made him a villain in the eyes of the people of Houston. The recent history of the I-10 rivalry between Houston and San Antonio hadn't been particularly competitive until last season. The origins of their rivalry date back to the late 1970s when San Antonio became the NBA's second team in the Lone Star State.
From the Convention Center Arena in San Antonio, Texas, it's the San Antonio Spurs and the Houston Rockets.
San Antonio first moved into the league after the collapse of the ABA in 1976, and their first meeting with Houston in the postseason came in 1980 when they lost to Moses Malone's Rockets 2-1 in the first round.
All right, friend, I'm coming down here for the shootout at the Alamo. I've got my cowboy hat, my jalapeno peppers, and I'm ready for this game. The championship of the state of Texas. And we got some great names here today. Calvin Murphy. Huh? How about that one? Rudy Tomjanovich, Moses Malone, George Gervin.
The following season the teams would meet again in the postseason, this time in a best-of-7 series that went the distance with Houston once again coming out on top.
What a career. NBA Rookie of the Year, All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year, 6-time All-Star. Last year, he led the league in scoring, and this year he led the San Antonio Spurs to their best record in franchise history and the best record in the league.
The following decade saw the two teams, each represented by arguably the best center in the league, collide in the Western Conference Finals.
Houston has come in here and won another clutch game on the road. They are are the dream team of the playoffs of 1995.
The Rockets would once again come out on top as Hakeem Olajuwon put on one of the most impressive series performances in NBA history.
And the Rockets have it. The Houston Rockets are on their way back to the NBA Finals.
That year Houston defied the odds by defending their crown when they won their second NBA championship.
No one has ever done what this team's done. Come from the 6th seed, down in series. We won 9 road games, and we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
They are still the only team from Texas to win the Larry O'Brien Trophy in back-to-back years. The teams wouldn't cross paths in the postseason again for over 20 years. Of note during this time was Tracy McGrady's determined performance in the final minute of a low-scoring 2004 regular season contest when he single-handedly grabbed victory from the jaws of defeat, scoring 13 points in just 35 seconds.
McGrady overflowing for 3. Yes! Yes! Tracy McGrady! Brown lost it. Here comes McGrady. No timeout demanded. McGrady for the win. Oh! 13 points in 33 seconds. Unbelievable.
Good morning, Houston. You are about to have a problem.
I'm Barry Davis alongside with Sarah Fragani. We're coming to you from the Kens 5 studios in San Antonio, and we're thrilled to be facing the Rockets in round 2 of the playoffs.
Now, there are a lot of reasons why the Spurs are going to beat your Rockets.
However, they have nothing to do with the fact that Houston is the humidity capital of the world.
And it certainly isn't because Houston has mosquitoes the size of squirrels.
It's because we have Pop and Parker and Ginobili and, of course, Kawhi and lots of championship banners.
The 2017 playoff meeting between the teams was marred by an injury to Kawhi Leonard and a lackluster performance by James Harden.
Mark Henry!
This, it's been 4 games, 3 blowouts. What do you think's going on overall?
I wish I was that smart that I could figure that out. I don't know.
Here's Harden. Ginobili's on him. He's got shot. What a play by Ginobili! Knocked it away. San Antonio wins in overtime.
The Spurs beat the Rockets in 6 games thanks to the clutch play of Manu Ginobili.
You might see me down in the Rio Grande Valley. I got some friends that live down there today. And we might take this party on south the border. Oh, meet up down at Corpus Christi Bay.
When the Houston Rockets matched up against the Spurs last season, the rivalry felt truly renewed. The disdain each side felt for the other was palpable.
And Dillon Brooks, who we mentioned, had already been thrown out of his first game as a Rocket. He only played 5 minutes.
The many gifted athletes on the roster took pleasure in the challenge of trying to dunk on the imposing French rookie, but none more than Cam Whitmore.
Deflected and stolen by the Rockets. Oh, Cam Whitmore tried that, missed it!
Out so hard on the floor. You got to respect the Spurs.
It's going right at him. Not once, not twice, but the 3rd time was the charm there for Cam Whitmore.
Dillon Brooks was more focused on proving he was able to stop Wembanyama on the other side of the court, taking pride in challenging Wemby to beat him one-on-one.
Throwing it over the top to Vic. Dillon Brooks, that's the assignment again. Tough fadeaway.
Sengun goes coast to coast. Oh,
Alperen Sengun, having already dunked on the Spurs' other big man, Zach Collins, in every way possible, also seemed to relish the challenge of battling Victor Wembanyama. The best performance of his career to date had come this past March when he put up 45 on the Spurs, leading his team to one of their 3 wins over San Antonio that year.
Alperen, excellent job. Congratulations, young fella. What was your focus inside against Wembanyama? He's got incredible wingspan, but you had a lot of success.
I mean, yeah, it's against Wemby, against San Antonio, you know. We had a one-on-one couple times, so I did my best and not let him score, and I think I did a good job.
So what are the keys to scoring when one-on-one with Wembanyama?
He's so tall, really. He's really tall, but he's not that strong yet, So I was going his chest and put him under the rim. So, like I said, it didn't double me tonight that much, so I work and under the rim.
3 games against Houston. Tonight's the first of 3 in 12 days. Is that a good thing, or would you rather have it spaced out?
I don't decide the games, the schedule, so
you guys forming a rivalry when 2 young teams. It's always been a rivalry.
The stage was set for a hotly contested, early season rivalry game.
Here's Alperen Sengun against Wembanyama. Step through, and Victor says, "Get out of here!"
Sengun trying to get physical, got that shot blown up.
Champagne at 3.
The Spurs came out of the gate strong for their home opener, scoring 38 points in the opening quarter.
Wemby, hitting from the parking lot. Wemby, the response, and the GOAT, Bill Land, in the building. Whoa! Wemby. Shepherd with 2 on the shot clock, turned it over.
Houston's offense stuttered in the second quarter as they scored just 10 points, allowing the Spurs to open up a 21-point lead at halftime.
Switch. CP3 has Van Vliet. Driving. Last second kick out. Sohan, the Dempsey 2! Dumping it down to Wemby. He falls. Brooks is there. Him and Brooks fighting for it. Watch out. Watch out now. Hold on. Dylan Brooks. And Wemby.
Yeah, that's just unnecessary.
Brooks in there. Shoving and pushing.
I mean, how many times does the official have to blow the whistle? The play was dead.
The Rockets started to piece their offensive game together in the third quarter, working their way to the free throw line, but the Spurs' lead remained daunting.
Wemby with 2, step back for Victor. Oh, he put it in! It's Wemby's night in the home opener.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
In the fourth quarter, Houston began their comeback in earnest. Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks played the entire quarter. Cam Whitmore played all but 11 seconds.
Road trip around Texas, my favorite thing to do. Come on, jump in my pickup truck and baby, let's set the cruise. We got Bob Wills playing on my stereo and filling my favorite tunes. Road trip around Texas with you.
He's a man on a mission.
Down the stretch, Jalen Green took over the game and brought the Rockets within striking distance of stealing a win against Greg Popovich's side.
The Rockets can take the lead. Smith, 3, no. Smith gets it back. That's for the tie. No. Brooks fighting for it. Keldon Johnson comes away with it. 45 seconds to go. Wemby. Ball knocked away. Green. Will the Spurs foul? They don't. Green for the tie. No good.
A series of calamitous errors in the game's final minutes had cost the young Rockets an important win, but on the plus side, their effort and energy to force a competitive finish gave Houston fans hope that they could avenge the loss when they met the Spurs again 2 nights later.
It's only been 3 games. We got so many games left. When you talking about highs and lows in 3 games, one been high, one been low, one been low. Like, we got so many games left. We can figure that out and turn it all around.
A lot of aggression tonight. Do you think that that work got back to some of the players over there in Houston and what you had said?
I'm not sure, but you know that goes for every day. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they go hurt.
You know this one? Come on, bro. I know this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you.
Throughout 3 games here to start this season, Jalen Green's been the Rockets' best player. What has stood out to you?
The game has slowed down for Jalen Green. You know, he's starting to understand the pick and roll game better, the way that defenders are going to guard him, and he's also patient when he's getting off of the basketball. He knows that it's going to come back around to him with Reed Shepherd and Fred VanVleet. He's been so much more patient, but again, his shot's been falling, and you know that Jalen just has an it factor. So when you talked about the energy earlier, when he sees the juices flowing in the game, the energy's there.
You might see me stopping College Station, and I'll watch them Aggies play a game of football. And we'll be sure to hit Dixie Chicken. We're gonna party there until the lights come on. Well, Amarillo, Abilene, and every town in between, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texarkana, up and down and all around. I'm home in Houston, I'm cruising on down to Galveston, to Port O'Connor, where it's warm. And don't you know me, you wanna road trip around Texas, my favorite thing.
Jay on the baseline, that's sweet.
This is the second of a 3-game road trip for the Rockets. They'll be in Dallas on Thursday night. Rebound back to him. Puts on the deck, hands it to Sohan, the little reverse finish.
Wesley just walks it to the rim.
After getting up big in the first half, the Rockets let the Spurs slowly creep their way back into the game.
Good pass, the cut, the score, and the Spurs are within 4. Timeout, Houston. Pull back 3 for Green. Rimmed it down. It's now an 8-point game. Stepping back, shooting the 3, making the 3 like a guard.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Good ball movement. Good look at a corner 3 that Jabari Smith Jr. drills. Go, he hit it, and Torres fouled him. Got into his landing space.
After review, the defender closes out recklessly, and there is potential for injury. Play has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. Because the basket is successful, by rule, there is a max of 4 points that can be scored on this play. Chris Paul will shoot 2 to make 1, and it'll be San Antonio ball side out.
Wembanyama on Brooks. At the foul line, jumper good. Big possession for Houston, 2 on Green. To VanVleet, an open look at a 3, which he can.
They managed to hold on to the lead to earn their second win of the season.
Fred VanVleet at the end of the game, he had his finger in your face and he was giving you a few words. What was he explaining to you after the game?
Nothing. I don't know. Just being competitive. So it is what it is, and yeah.
You don't take that. Do you take it personal or?
Nah, never that. They do though.
You glad not to see them guys for a little while?
I don't mind. I'm ready for the next game, whoever it is.
The Rockets packed their bags and left San Antonio for the third and final game of their road trip in Dallas.
Road trip around Texas is my favorite thing to do. Come on, jump in my pickup truck and baby, let's hit the cruise. We got Robert King Blade on my stereo, singing Gringo honeymoon. Road trip around Texas. Road trip around Texas. Road trip around Texas with you.
reigning Western Conference champion Dallas Mavericks welcomed the Rockets into the American Airlines Center on the final day of October, Halloween.
In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, you call me up and ask me would I like to go with you and see a movie.
This is a physical team in the Rockets.
Houston Rockets control the tip. They're 2-2 going into this game tonight. They've started out the year with a home loss to Charlotte, then a big road win at Memphis, and then played 2 straight in San Antonio and split those games, losing Saturday, winning Monday. Their best scorer this year is Jalen Green, 41% from 3 and almost 29 points a game.
No surprise.
First I say no, I got some plans for tonight, and then I stop
Sengun in the paint.
and say alright. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little boy like you.
Houston starters looked strong to begin the game as everyone except Jabari got onto the score sheet. Tari Eason also added 7 points off the bench in the first quarter as the team earned a 13-point advantage that they maintained going into the second half.
Bleak puts it down, challenge shot, rebound, half over. We have reached the interval at American Airlines Center on this Halloween night.
Oh no! Oh, here he comes! Here he comes! Gotta make the free throw!
The Rockets stretched their lead to 16 by the end of the third and looked to be cruising to an impressive early season road win.
It'll be a little Kyrie catch and pop, and you know the Rockets are thinking that.
We saw the kickball with Whitmore down on the ground.
Look, they're cheating several guys over to Kyrie.
The guy out of bounds is open. Like that.
Irving.
Always keep me guessing, I never seem to know what you are thinking.
Harden forced to the outside, now darts up the baseline.
Girl looks at you, it's for sure your little eye will be a winking. I get confused, I never know where I stand. And then you smile.
It is single digits, 9-point game.
Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little boy like you. Spooky.
With a fancy finish inside.
If you decide someday to stop this little game that you are playing, I'm gonna tell you all the things my heart's been
A stop and a 3 would tie it. Gotta get the stop, first shot clock, 2 seconds. Green puts it up and made it. Ouch.
Plenty of time.
Luka to answer. And so there is plenty of time. It's a 3-point game with 107 left. Thompson has it. Baseline, got it.
Despite Luka Doncic's determined effort in the game's final quarter, Houston held on to the lead, in large part due to Jalen Green's reliable scoring down the stretch.
The game is over. Dallas is 3-2. Houston is 3-2. The final score tonight at American Airlines Center, Rockets 108, Mavericks 102 in this Halloween night game.
With the first road trip of the year in the books, the team flew back to H-Town for a 3-game home stand.
What song did you listen to on the way here?
Stolen Dance by Milky Chance. I listen to Go Crazy by Gunna, Silent by Lil Baby.
The last song was Springsteen by Eric Church.
Tyler, the Creator. Thought I was dead.
I actually just voted in silence because I didn't drive my car. I Ubered.
Morilla by Future. Yeah, the Trill Family. That's what I was listening to. Pulled a Fat Lip.
fat lip by some 41.
The Warriors were up next for the Rockets. It would be their first meeting since Golden State ended Houston's hopes of making the play-in tournament at the end of last season.
And now the blowout is officially on.
Steph Curry's team held a 13-game winning streak over Houston. The last time they lost in this matchup was in February 2020, when James Harden, Russell Westbrook and the small ball Rockets blew him out by 30.
The party like my name was El Nino. Hanging out, drinking in the back of an El Camino. As a kid, was a skid, and no one knew me by name. Trashed my own house party cause nobody came. I know I'm not the one you thought you knew back in high school. Never going, never showing up when we had to. Attention that we crave, don't tell us to behave. I'm sick of always hearing at your age. I don't want to waste my time, become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line, become another victim of your conformity. Back down.
Tari Eason had talked a big game back in April, calling out the Warriors despite not being available to play due to injury. He now had the chance to back up his words on the court.
Yeah! It's like that!
Who is that?
That's me. I chipped my tooth.
Is that you? Got a hell of a glow up, man. Charlie, good stuff. What's that mean?
Peso, the nickname given to him by his mum, was now in his third year in the league and, when available, had been a defensive force, breaking down opposing offenses with active hands, an eye for angles, impeccable timing and aggressive lunges into passing lanes.
So look at this, Tari Eason is guarding Gobert.
Steals it from Russell. Has Martin. Alexa throwing the ball and blows the layup.
His game still looked like it could have a lot of room to develop, particularly on offense, but an injury-ridden sophomore season had stalled his development. This season, he was ready to show his coach and teammates what he was capable of when given the opportunity.
Because you don't know us at all, we left with all people fall. But what would you expect with a content so small? Heavy metal and mullets, it's how we were raised. Maiden and priest, we're the gods that we praise. Cause we like having fun at other people's expense. And cutting people down is just a minor offense. And it's none of your concern, I guess I'll never learn. I'm sick of being told to wait my turn. I don't want to waste my time, become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line, become another victim of your conformity. And back down.
Timeout Houston. Are we sure that Curry and Thompson aren't still playing against the Rockets? It feels that way. They've made 6 threes. They're 11 of 16 from the floor. All the Warriors to start the ball game. Open look after open look, and the Rockets have a steep hill to climb early on. Hield. Wow.
Steph Curry was sitting out the game due to injury, and his former backcourt teammate and fellow Splash brother, Klay Thompson, had moved to Dallas in the offseason. This didn't stop the Warriors from unleashing a barrage of three-pointers on the Rockets in the first half.
Gary Payton this time.
Andrew Wiggins, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga stretched Houston's defense to the limits, consistently draining the deep ball. As halftime approached, they stretched their lead to 31. It appeared that the Rockets were headed for their 14th consecutive defeat to Golden State.
The threes, we're not into the ball, we're not aggressive, no physicality. They're running around, they're comfortable, they're cozy. We got to do better, man. We got to play with some urgency, play with some discipline, play with some pride.
Oh, Adam! Way to go, Adam! Adam is gonna take home $10,000.
Eason seemed to add a spark off the bench. What did you like about his first half?
It's just energy. It's got to be contagious. He's playing hard. He's going after loose balls, and it has to be contagious for everybody.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
With 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and his team still trailing by 24, Ime Udoka brought Tari Eason into the game.
Don't count on me to let you know when. Don't count on me, I'll do it again. Don't count on me, it's the point you're missing. Don't count on me, 'cause I'm not listening. Nobody's more in a and I don't give about nothing.
With the left hand, too strong. Tari Eason with those 5 fouls, stays in the game, gets the board, slams it back.
How good has Tari been?
I think he's been the most effective and best Rocket tonight. Pressures the ball, steals the ball from Kuminga, stayed in bounds, hammers it down.
Peso's defensive hustle and energy ignited the team and helped them trim the deficit to just 16 by the start of the fourth quarter.
Good minutes tonight from Aaron Holiday, under the circumstances. Reed Shepherd!
2 3-point shots later, it was just a 10-point game.
Smith open, Smith! Timeout Golden State! It's a 10-point game!
The defensive pressure from the Rockets was unrelenting as Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith followed the example set by Tari Eason, and the team forced the Warriors into a series of turnovers and bad possessions.
Look at this right here, turning defense into offense. Amen Thompson with the steal, getting downhill, taking his time, contorts his body, and a huge finish.
Hand up, shot missed, rebound Tari Eason. Still on the floor of those 5 personals. Jabari feeling it. Around and out. Oh, Reed Shepherd flew in there, got a hand on it, picked up by Thompson, dunked it down. It's a 5-point game, can you believe it?
We're keeping things alive.
Balled by Tari Eason. He's everywhere. Gets to the rim and scores at the 22-3 run. It's a 1-possession game. Golden State calls another timeout, and it's pandemonium inside of Toyota Center. Unreal! Got it! Eason spinning on Payton. Finger roll, no, stays with it. Tapped it up and a tie game at 98. They've come all the way back from down 31.
With 7:25 left in the game, Tari Eason tied the score at 98.
And then Tari Eason picks his pocket, Wiggins his heart, Eason dunks it down.
90 seconds later, he gave Houston its first lead of the night.
Eason another steal.
Wow.
Oh my goodness! Took it away again. Stole the man's cookies. He's tied his career high, and the Rockets have the lead. Are you kidding me? Oh, and then they silence the crowd and get the lead back. Golden State with the 3.
If the Rockets could keep the momentum on their side and earn the victory, it would be the biggest comeback in the franchise's history.
Become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line. Become another victim of your conformity. Back down. Casualty of society. Victim of your conformity. Back down.
Thompson Euro stepping his way to the basket, misses it. Tari Eason offensive rebound, puts it back up. No, ball is loose, scrambling. Amen Thompson finds Jabari up and in.
Golden State trying to take their time.
Turnaround, good, another big bucket. Draymond Green at the free throw line with 33 and 9/10 seconds to go.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again.
Rockets gotta hurry, it's a 5-point game.
Just as things were looking up, you said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time.
From the play.
Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up.
pressure, defended by Van Vliet. Falls down, Van Vliet knocks it away, picked it up by Alperen. Thompson picks it up, but that'll do it for the end of regulation. Their biggest lead's been only one.
You gotta take it, you can't wait, you gotta take it.
Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under. Instead of going under.
You guys are playing a lot of small ball lineups like that. What do you think the advantage is and disadvantage is?
Positionless basketball. You know, everybody can do a little bit of everything: shoot, dribble, pass, defend, switch on everybody. I guess the negatives is maybe not having, you know, a solid big out there sometimes. But you know, all in all, we just got to play like that. Like, you know, that third, fourth quarter, like play for 48 minutes. When we do that, we'll be fine.
You did. What led to that change?
Huh?
What led to?
I don't like the Warriors. I mean, I don't know. I just want to win. It's really not bigger than that.
Can you guys play with that type of pressure for 48 minutes?
Yes.
Jabari, not the result that you guys wanted against the Warriors, but what an incredible fourth quarter. What from that game can you take into tonight?
Just try to keep that same intensity, same energy we had when we was down in the fourth quarter to the beginning of the game, to the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? We got to put together a full game. We're still working to do that, and we have it. It's in us. You know what I'm saying? We just got to trust our game plan, trust who we are, and just be who we are.
On November 4th, one night ahead of the 2024 U.S. election, the Houston Rockets welcomed the New York Knicks into Toyota Center for the 7th game of their season and 4th at home.
From the Toyota Center in America's Space City Home Network presents Houston Rockets basketball. And tonight, the 3-3 Rockets battle the 3-2 New York Knicks.
And it's not a great crowd early. As we said, there's a ton of Knick fans. We've seen that all over the place. But there's been jerseys from Clyde Frazier to Patrick Ewing to Charles Oakley to Carmelo Anthony, Julius Randle, Jeremy Lin. I mean, all those different jerseys here. And, of course, there are a ton of Jalen Brunson jerseys and a lot of Towns jerseys as well from the crowd here in Houston.
Attendance dipped to 16,417 after the first 3 home contests attracted crowds of 18,055.
It is a unique night on the NBA schedule here tonight as every team in the league is action. The league is off tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, to get out and exercise your right as an American citizen and vote.
The lower bowl was typically slow to fill up. Fans gradually arriving to their seats throughout the first quarter has become the norm throughout the years. The late arrivals and unattended seats in Toyota Center have been attributed to a large number of these tickets being sold to companies who don't always make use of them. Tonight, a discernible and vocal scattering of Knicks fans were in attendance. Away fans hijacking the atmosphere wasn't an uncommon phenomenon at Houston basketball games.
Rockets. Rockets NBA. All right.
The Boston crowd is a traditional crowd. They've been coming here. They know the players. They know all the nuances, how to help their team get up, how to maybe get on the referees a little bit. In Houston, we won't have quite that kind of a crowd, and in fact, we'll have a couple thousand, maybe 3,000 Celtic fans who have pioneered their way down to Houston.
Engagement with basketball has always been a complicated issue in the city of Houston. The main reason usually cited for the city's apparent lack of enthusiasm for the sport is its deeply embedded love of football. However, there have also been historical organizational failings to promote, structure and invest in the city's basketball teams. In 1969, the first professional basketball team to call the city of Houston its home, the Mavericks of the ABA, closed their doors after just 2 seasons due to poor fan attendance and a lack of profits. 2 years later, the NBA moved the San Diego Rockets and hometown legend Elvin Hayes to Houston. But the new team also struggled to draw the crowds early on due to a number of issues.
They really didn't have a place to call their home court. They played at the Astro Hall, the Astrodome. They played games in Waco, El Paso, San Antonio.
The NBA's new look began when the San Diego Rockets moved to Houston. Rookie Mike Newland and Cliff Mealy are aiding Houston's cause. But the real surprise has been the 17-point average of Rudy Tomjanovich, who averaged only 5 points a game as a rookie a year ago.
Sophie and I were ready to leave the house. I bent down to push the button to shut the TV off, and a bulletin came on. The San Diego Rockets have been sold to a group of owners in Houston, Texas. And I was like, my God, Texas is football country. What are we going to be doing down there?
We had a marketing job as well as a playing job, and it was arduous and taxing and took a while before we gained the consciousness of football people here in Houston.
Next winter, former coach of Kansas State came to Houston, and his first change was to move the Big E, Elvin Hayes, to a higher post, hoping to get more team movement. And it worked.
The Big E clashed with head coach Tex Winter and demanded a trade after just 1 season in Houston. 2 years later, the Rockets' attendance had plummeted to a historical franchise low of just 3,855 fans per game.
We were doing a autograph signing, and I'm not getting any people to come up. Finally, I see this little old lady approaching me, and she sees the sign Houston Rockets, and she just says, "Oh my God, I love you guys. You guys are so special." I come around the table, and she looks up to me and said, "My God, you're so tall. How do you fit in those spaceships?" You know, she thought we were with NASA. She thought I was an astronaut, didn't know anything about the Houston Rockets.
In the late 70s and early 80s, the NBA grew in popularity due to its merger with the ABA and the arrival of rookies Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. This coincided with the Houston Rockets becoming a truly competitive basketball team after a decade of finding their feet in the league.
Look at that. There's a former broadcaster. 111-98. 312 to play. Did you see that guy?
In 1980, they achieved their highest attendance as a franchise to date, averaging 10,072 fans per game.
Well, we didn't think they'd make it this far, truthfully, but now that they have, we're really behind them.
After the team traded away 2-time MVP Moses Malone, attendance once again dipped, just as it had in 1974 after the previous star of the franchise, the Big E, left for Washington. The trend predictably continued this way. Attendance to games would rise and fall with the success of the franchise. The peaks that the Rockets achieve on the court, however, are rarely matched by numbers in the stands.
Live at 6:30, jump for your new Houston Rockets as they blast off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. The Twin Towers, Akeem and Ralph, shoot it out against Dr. J and Moses Malone.
If you think the Rockets fans don't have the fever, think again. Anyone who would sit, much less stand in the afternoon sun today, has to be feverish. But that's exactly what several dozen of the faithful are doing. They have set up chaise lounges, lawn chairs, and whatever The Rockets' first home game, June 1st, already is sold out, and these people will have to wait until 2 o'clock Sunday morning until they can get tickets to Game 4.
The next 10 hours is going to be hectic because if they don't get any law and order out here, it's going to be kind of wild. It's going to be, got to wait and see what's going to happen.
Even during their successful eras, the team usually only reached the middle of the pack in overall attendance comparative to other franchises. When they bottom out after losing superstar players, their crowd numbers are among the worst in the entire league.
With the first pick, the Houston Rockets select Yao Ming from Shanghai, China.
All right, you heard the players right there, so let's go!
Despite being the first franchise in the state of Texas, the Houston Rockets have struggled to garner the local support that the cities of San Antonio and Dallas have shown for their franchises. Over the past 10 years, both have higher in-game attendance than the Rockets. Dallas attracts the second largest crowds in the entire league, and San Antonio, while only being marginally better attended than the Rockets, does so with a significantly lower population than that of Houston.
What's your message to Rockets fans this year?
Stay tuned, stay excited, stay with us. I mean, it's a rebuild. Just believe in the process, believe in the people that we have here. We're going to come here, work hard, and hopefully that this year, next year, the year after that, we just going to take off. So just stay patient with us.
In Stephen Silas' final season as head coach, the team ranked 28th overall in attendance. During Ime Udoka's first season, they rose to 22nd overall.
To Adams, had it deflected, now finds Amen Thompson.
Just like right now, the energy from the Rockets, they look aware and probably frustrated from that last game.
Now that Phase 2 was fully underway, Tilman Fertitta was hoping that his team's performance, both on the court and in the ticket booth, were going to continue on an upward trajectory.
For Green, ends up losing and slams it down. Nasty. Sengun behind the back. Now to Shepard in rhythm. Up until the point these two teams met in that controversial Rockets win last February, the Knicks have beaten the Rockets 8 straight times. Prior to that, the Rockets had beaten them 8 straight times and 27 times in 29 overall games as Dylan Brooks makes his second three. Rockets lead by 15, their biggest lead. A chance of the three-point play here for Anunoby as the Knicks look to end this first half strong. They've scored 10 straight points. So that'll do it. The Rockets, everything was going their way. They were up by 15, but New York able to end the first half on a 10-0 run.
Fred VanVleet and Alperen Sengun got the Rockets rolling on offense early in the first half as Dylan Brooks' pestering defense limited Karl Anthony Towns to an inefficient shooting half. After surrendering the lead, Houston came out of the locker room strong and once again pulled ahead behind the Alperen Fred two-man game.
2 on VanVleet to Brooks up top. The 3 is good. But the Rockets are running out of time on this possession. Sengun catches it 25 feet away. And that's a way out there 3 by Fred VanVleet. The heave, the hope, and the 3 points.
See, Amen Thompson trying to use his length and got to stay down and be disciplined when you're playing against Brunson.
He was that time, now switches up on Anunoby. Forces him into a tough turnaround.
As the second half progressed, Amen Thompson and Tari easing up their defensive intensity as New York mounted another comeback attempt.
And again, the Rockets lead is only 3. Foul line jumper, Shepard. Again, deep into the shot clock, off the pick to Sengun, to Thompson. 1 point game.
Taking too long to post Sengun. Got to get that ball inside sooner.
One-on-one Towns. Hook shot again in the lane. Rolls through.
Now OG's going to get a crack at Sengun here.
Goes baseline. He gave him the baseline. Van Fleet to Thompson. Back out to Green. The 3. Good! His first of the game, and a timely one at that. So another opportunity for the Knicks to tie it up. They have been within 1.
Stay disciplined.
Turnaround. Brunson, no, off the back of the heel. Rip and run for Green. To Tari Eason. Reverse layup. Amen. The ball fake and the two-handed stuff.
That was pretty. He's so good. You know, Amen Thompson just has unbelievable instincts. Amen's length is bothering Brunson.
Short. Green work around the Van Fleet screen. Brunson stays in front, pulls back, shoots the 3. Hits it! Well, every baseball team needs someone to get 3 outs in the 9th. Every basketball team needs someone to get buckets in the last 5 minutes. And for the Houston Rockets this season, that's been Jalen Green. Brunson, the inbounder, into Towns, back to him. Working on Tari Eason. Goes glass. Rebound Green.
That's why you keep Tari and Amen on Cat and Brunson, so you can switch and you don't mind leaving them in the post. You know, Sengun in the second half, look at Amen. He's all over Brunson, man.
And then Green steals it away, and the Rockets should be able to ice this thing down, and they will with the dunk as they beat New York for the second time in a row here at Toyota Center.
CBS News now projects that Donald Trump is the winner in Wisconsin. That gives him the number of electoral votes he needs to become the 47th president of the United States.
This is the third meeting in 12 days between the Rockets and the Spurs, and they also played the preseason. So it's like a playoff series. These two teams have seen each other a lot early on, and that tends to gain some animosity as the games go along. Here's Van Fleet, slips by CP3, gets to the rim, lays it up and in. A hop, a skip, a lean, a lay, and a score for Dylan Brooks. The skip to Green on Wemby, tried to dunk it on him, and he blocked the shot at the rim.
Get an A for effort there. You got to try it. Oh, God, come on. You got to make that call. That's ridiculous.
4-3, Fred Van Vliet. His first, the Rockets' first, all Houston to start this ball game. Touchdown pass and the dunk. Timeout San Antonio.
CJ Stroud will be proud of that one.
By their 8th game of the season, and 3rd against San Antonio, the Houston Rockets were looking like a well-oiled machine on both ends of the floor.
There's a lot of syllables out there with Mahmoud Kelishvili and Wembanyama. A lot of syllables. As Jalen Green got there, that time Wemby could not block the shot.
People get you crazy.
Over Wembanyama, another 3.
Again, now the Rockets defense is rolling. The offense is getting confident, Craig.
They blew out Wembanyama and the Spurs by 27, leading the game from beginning to end and winning in convincing fashion.
Fred VanVleet was awesome. Best game this season. Sengun, everybody who played tonight has contributed. It'll be a wire-to-wire win for the Rockets. They've had a couple of those, but in those in Dallas and San Antonio, both teams crept back into the game. Tonight, the Spurs did not creep back into this game.